The NDTV Aircel Save Our Tigers campaign struck a chord through the country with school children, citizens and leaders supporting the cause and pledging to do their bit to save the country's national animal.
It's a pleasure that you've taken the time
campaign
out.
finale, a 12-hour telethon, brought the country's biggest superstar and the best-known tiger conservationists together on the same platform with the demand that more be done to save India's tigers. 5 crores was raised to help set up rescue and relief teams for key tiger parks so that forest guards would be better equipped to deal with any crisis that takes place.
Before we proceed, let me welcome onto stage Amitabh Bachchan and Dr. Prannoy Roy. Thank you both so much for being with us. It's great to have you here once again.
Thank you, Vikram.
And it's great for us to be spending 12 hours now. 12 hours where we're going to try and do our bit to fight for the tiger. It's about, what, 15, 16 months since we did the first Save Our Tiger Telethon. And good news and bad news in the meantime. I mean, the numbers, 1,706, lots of cubs being born, but poaching also on the rise.
Poaching this year has been, in half the year, 6 months over, as much poaching this year and deaths of tigers as the whole of last year and year before. So there's something seriously going wrong, but the good news is, ever since you started, Tigerthon, number of tigers have gone up from 1,400 to 1,700.
Wow, that's great news. But yeah, very sad to know that the poaching numbers have gone up.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, yesterday, Vikram, we went, some of these people who've initiated these rapid response units, and they are fairly well equipped now. But I think that what we really need to do is to give them some kind of weaponry to dissuade these poachers that come in.
Yeah, now I think what we're planning to do is raise money now for an entire kit, including training, not just the vehicle, a whole backup service as well. So
that will also include specialized camps that are going to be on the outskirts of tiger areas.
Right.
It's going to include training. There's a lot that you need to really be able to take on the poachers.
Yes.
And that's one of the things we're going to try and raise money for today.
Actually, we should explain where we are in this beautiful Ranthambore. This is one of my favorite places.
Yes.
And we should be very clear that this is out of the eco-sensitive zone. This is not an eco-sensitive zone. We are out of it. The park is way back there.
It gives us great pleasure to welcome onto the set Valmik Thapar, who's written what?
Mr. Tiger.
Mr. Tiger, who's written what? 24 books on the tiger, been part of more than 200 government committees, and you know has spent his 37 years now.
37 years, yeah.
37 years working
here and all over India, but I started my life here. This is the root of all my learning. Ranthambore.
Right here in Ranthambore. And
also, your life has been devoted to the tiger, saving the tiger, right?
Yeah, there's nothing else I do. I've done it all my life, and I was trained by Govardhan's amazing father, the late Fateh Singh Rathore. Right. We worked together in Ranthambore, doing hundreds of things with tigers.
So you planted some of these trees here?
I've planted some of the trees here. I've done everything.
So Valmik, you, 37 years. How has it changed? The good, the bad, the ugly? You've seen it go up, down?
Let me tell you, the first part of the 37 years, when I hadn't entered my first government committee, were a sheer delight. They were a pleasure because you saw tigers, you followed them, you enjoyed life like nothing else on earth. You were in the umbrella of nature. Time was infinite. Time would stop to see the pleasures of tigers, cubs, and family life. The last lot of my life, 20 years with government committees and more than 200, has been bitterly disappointing. But the reason is that the promises and commitments that government agreed to 10 years later are not fulfilled. I'll give you a simple example. More than 3 years ago, at the last meeting of the National Board of Wildlife, our Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said, let's have a new Department of Forest and Wildlife. He ordered Jairam Ramesh to set it up. 3 years have gone by, not a chew, not a word about the new department that has ever taken place. At the same time, a new board of National Board of Wildlife was created. I'm a member of that. It's never met, Prannoy. The 3rd year is on, the tenure will be over. This is the most prestigious policy-making body. It's never even had its first meeting chaired by the Prime Minister. It will make history since independent India that for the first time, the most important policy-making body has never had its first meeting. And then, Chidambaran, when he was finance minister in Parliament, he announced Tiger Protection Forces. It's nearly 5 years. The first one, I think you're showing it today, is going to be in Karnataka. But what about the others? If they had started, you didn't require rapid response teams. The Tiger Protection Force...
Every state is meant to have one, right?
And he announced in Parliament, he provided 50 crores in Parliament on that day for Tiger Protection Forces, which included rapid response units. But if the government had delivered, if the states had delivered, we were on a new path. So I no longer want to criticize government or expect from government. I have no expectations. I want to look at future visions.